What do the kids call it these days in the film industry or whatever?
They call it past
They say,
production.
yeah, it's like fix it in production or something like that.
Fixed it up. No,
Maybe,
they call it like
I don't know.
P-production or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Kick the can down the road.
I don't even think we don't even need a word for it anymore. The technology will do it for you. You know, the whole tag talk thingy. Right? That does it for you.
Totally. I mean, it's just so crazy nowadays. Speaking of kicking cans down the road, that's what I used to do for fun when I was a kid.
I remember
you know?
that. Was it fun?
Yeah.
What type of can did you like the most? Was it tin or aluminum?
It was tin. You usually had a lot of tin cans because my mom was really big into preserved foods. She bought in bulk because we lived so far away. You know, we'd fill up the truck bed with cans of beans. They didn't sell anything else back then. It was just beans. So we'd come back with a flatbed full of beans.
Well, you could call it flat beans.
And I'd kick the cans around until they couldn't be kicked no more.
Just like my brother used to do. My brother used to kick me around until he couldn't kick me anymore.
Wait, your brother used to kick you around?
Yeah.
Boy, that explains a lot, Jerry.
When I was just a wee lad, he would just absolutely kick me around. I mean, he one time punted me 4 or 5 feet.
Oh my gosh.
I swear.
Whoa. That must be like a record or something.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? If they kept track of it back then, I bet, you'd get like the baby punting world record or something.
I bet, no, I wasn't a baby at that, toddler. Although with the baby, he definitely got the baby record.
Okay.
Oh man, I think my mom recorded it.
So it's the TPWR.
What?
TPWR.
The hell
you
are you
need some
saying?
TP?
Toilet paper?
You need some TP? Yeah, are you out?
I'm out of toilet paper. I've been out of toilet paper for the past 3
You're out
weeks.
of toilet paper?
Yeah.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
What have you been wiping with, Jerry?
Whole hand.
Your hand?
Whole hand.
Your hand? Oh my God.
It works great.
How's Charlotte taking that? She must not like it.
She doesn't really like it a whole lot, especially because sometimes I make her use her hand. And
oh, okay.
She's my own personal.
She's not bringing the toilet paper? She's really just doing the whole skid mark on a hand thing, Wow, that's crazy. Charlotte doesn't do that for me.
No, okay. Look, this one. Here's the thing. So here's how I can understand it, right? When I was in I didn't have access to toilet paper. I really got used to my hand. Your fingers are surprisingly effective when you get right up in the crack and you scrape through. So the problem is that I'm finding my hands getting a little too big. In my old age, it just starts growing and growing. The doctors say it's some sort of cancer on the hands. I don't know, whatever.
Well, and I remember in you used to keep your fingernails long, just for that very purpose.
Oh my God! I should start growing out my fingernails. I had forgotten about that.
Oh yeah, you've been trimming them. Well, has Charlotte been trimming them?
Well, no,
who's doing it nowadays?
That's another reason I love it when Charlotte scrapes my booty with me, because she has long fingernails. Remember? Oh,
she's got the what do the kids call it? The nylons or the acrylics?
The nylon poles. The fingers.
No, the poles.
Poles.
What are the poles doing? I thought they were just over there by Russia, hanging out.
No, those are the Polish. The Poles are the ones hanging out.
Oh, the Polish. Oh, it's what those young kids have nowadays, that they stick on their fingernails or whatever.
Exactly. Well, have you seen Charlotte's fingernails being all nice and brown? That's because she's been scraping my asshole.
Oh, okay, I see. That makes a lot of sense, I remember back in you actually used to have fingernails pretty similar to that. So you could do the same thing.
They used to call me old fingernail because I would come through and I would scrape everyone's holes. Yeah,
I remember that. Every corps needed to have the finger frank or whatever because, the army ran out of toilet paper. They couldn't get no more.
It was a brilliant move by the government, in my opinion.
Yeah, they brought all the youngins to the war, and then they're like, well, we don't have any youngins to make the TP. What are we going to do?
We'll see. The term cannon fodder, right? All of us youngins were the cannon fodder, but also there were occasionally the cannon fingers. They were the ones who were in the front row using their fingers effectively, right? They were the...
You're right. They were on the front lines. They were restocking, The cannon loaders would go into the breech of the cannon and they put a cannonball in there.
Yep.
But, the cannon fingers would also go into the breach, but they're not putting anything in, they're taking things out.
Exactly. They're scraping things out real effectively.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember when we fought that battle on the ship, the pirate ship? It looked like a pirate ship. I don't remember what kind of ship it was.
Oh, I do remember
And
that.
you were working as the cannon fodder, and I was working as the cannon finger. And
Yeah.
oh, do you remember
remember
Mitch?
that.
Mitch from that. Oh man, Mitch, what a bitch! That man, he was just the
Oh,
worst.
Mitch.
The worst. He just could not understand.
Mitch was terrible.
Dude, I understand. I understand when you're out at sea, you get a little bit motion sick, right? But the man had
Yup,
motion sickness
yup.
out of both ends, and he expected me to clean it all
know.
up. It was insane.
He was like a cannon we had on the ship. We stuck him out through one of the portholes, right? And the enemy got scared because they were worried that we were doing some sort of, biological warfare into the ocean or
We
something.
actually invented biological warfare with that.
We did, yeah. We started dumping Mitch's guts into the ocean. We didn't have anything for, the other end, so we just kind of had... were you on bucket duty? Who was on bucket duty back there? Oh, you know what? It was that dude, what was his name? Duncan or whatever.
Duncan,
Dunkel.
right? Duncan, because it
It
was
was
Duncan.
like German or something.
Duncan Bucket, like Bunkin, Bunkin, something like that.
I don't know what his name was, but
No.
he didn't really like bucket duty.
No.
He dropped out of he went AWOL after that.
Yeah.
You remember that? He just disappeared.
He literally, I remember, I was there, he ran into a wall and disappeared. AWOL, just gone.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a cartoon or something like
Don't-
that. None of the crew could believe their eyes. He just walked in and he was never to be seen again.
Just like that movie,
The commander got in a lot of trouble for that one. Do you remember that?
no, but I do remember that it's similar to that movie that the kid's been watching these days, like, has the scene in it where, like, the kid runs with the shopping cart into a wall, and there's, like, a train station, like, platform, like, 11 and a half or something. What is that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like, what is it, like, Jupiter Trek or something like that?
Oh, Jupiter. No, I think it was like Jupiter Saturn. I think it was something like that because there was a lot of the...
No, I remember now. He had like a job or something like that. Like it was like
Well, I would hope he had a job.
Michael Miller and the Society of Warlocks or whatever.
Well, let me tell you what I think
I
is...
think it was something like that.
What I remember from that movie was that man did not work hard enough. And listen, in this country that we work for, you need to work very hard, because if you're not working hard, how are you expected to make any money around here? You know what I'm
You
saying?
need to work.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? The kids need to start working. I started working as soon as I could hold my hands above my head. So, kids
Yeah.
really got to get their work ethic together.
I remember actually when you did that. It was they had you lifting things, right?
Exactly. From that, just
That was your first job.
I was like, oh my gosh! When you were telling me about the old cans thing, you used to carry the cans in the back of the flatbed.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, when I was a kid, I didn't even have cans. We weren't even advanced enough for cans. We just had to carry the beans, and so my parents would make me just hold the beans above my head and walk home. It was so bad.
Didn't you have like sacks of beans or anything, or was it?
Why did I have sex with beans? No, I didn't have sex with beans.
No, not sex with beans, Jerry. You're deaf.
What?
Sax. S-A-C-K.
Like the saxophone. What?
Yeah, like the saxophone. A sax of beans.
What? I know what the...
Did you have a sack of beans?
Did I have a sack of beans? I got a sack of beans right down here, Patrick.
Well, and yet I'm not talking about the ones attached to you, Jerry.
What are you
I
talking
know
about?
you got those.
What the hell are you talking about?
The sacks of beans you used to carry when you were a kid.
Oh, yep. They were very heavy, and that's why I got these really strong back muscles. You can carry them up real high and hard. Although,
Rack?
This whole...
Really strong rack? You didn't have a rack back there. All you had was your hands. What are you talking about?
Listen, I had to build up the rack. You got to build it up slowly over time.
Oh, you're talking about... Okay.
Yeah.
I see. You're talking about the beans.
The beans, yep. You got to build up your bean pile. We used to eat. Actually, I was a part of the first conquistadors who came over here, and they used to bring a lot of the beans around. But before there were beans, there was this thing called corn, and we were some of the first people to cultivate corn. And we figured out that if you combine
Cultivate what?
corn,
Porn?
corn.
What? You had it way back then?
Yeah.
You didn't even bring any.
Well, it's yellow. It's really
We
sweet.
could have used that during the war.
Well, we did have corn. Remember we had the cans of corn? They had the
Cans of porn?
yeah, the little
What do you
picture.
mean? It comes in a magazine.
No,
do you
they advertised the magazines. They were the cans of corn in the magazines.
They put advertisements in magazines for that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I don't ever remember seeing like a Playboy ad or anything like that.
Playboy? Why are you talking about Playboy?
Big old honkers monthly.
Oh, Patrick, Patrick, what are you on? What are you
What?
talking about? What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Listen,
You were
listen,
just talking about it.
I was talking about what
You discovered porn or whatever.
I discovered
The
corn.
conquistadors.
Right, Patrick,
What?
turn up your
What?
goddamn little acoustic thingy in your
What?
ear.
Oh, the hearing aid.
Corn,
Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're so loud now.
corn,
You don't have to yell. You don't have to yell about it.
corn.
Corn. Like what the Indians called maize.
Exactly.
They must have gotten lost a lot.
What was I talking about?
You get it? That's right, yeah. I should have told that one to my grandkids. You know they love that.
They would love that one.
What were you talking about? Corn or whatever?
I don't know. It was like something with beans and corn. Oh, white beans and corn. Well, if you ever get famished,
Oh, right, the beans.
well, so I've been here for so long that I used to not have access to boiling water. We didn't even know how to boil water back then, so we used to eat the beans raw. But we also figured that if you eat the beans and the corn raw, it actually cancels each other out because the beans are really rough. You know, that's why my teeth are so messed up
What?
now. But so now if you take the corn and you eat it with the beans at the same time, you get a little bit of that mush, you get a little bit of that crackle, you know, and it's a great time.
Corn and peas? What are you on, Jerry?
Patrick.
What are you talking about?
Patrick.
I know you're not on anything because you don't take your pills, but
Goddamn right.
what the hell are you talking about?
Patrick, you've lost your mind again, man. You've lost it.
What? I haven't lost my mind. What are you talking about? I'm still here.
No, I hear stuff.
I'm seeing, I'm looking around.
That doesn't mean you're
I know
thinking.
what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking, what the hell are you talking about?
I told you what I'm talking about. Why clearly you don't understand what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? Because I forgot.
What was I talking about? Something, I don't know. How's your urinary tract going?
My urinary tract. Oh, it's all right. You know, it's there's a lot of there's like a stone or something that's coming out.
Oh shit! I don't know.
It's like a kidney stone or something.
last
you
time
know,
you-
it's the season for it.
Oh, it's the kidney stone season.
Yeah, it's the kidney stone season. You know, they kind of just start dropping out now. I used to be able to pinch them out and kind of put you know, and
Oh,
yeah.
that was
it
another job
It was
in
like
now.
a pea shooter.
That was another job.
What?
It was Pete the Pincher. You had to pinch the kidney stones out. He was the one who would massage them out because you ate so much shit
I
out
don't
there.
know about that. I ain't having nobody pinch my kidney stones out. Maybe that's just a you thing. You know, the only person who pinches my kidney stones out is Charlotte.
Solid
You
does
know,
a great job.
it's usually before she goes to visit her room. I've sort of expressly asked to do that. I can't remember why exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, she stops by.
Is it like every?
I wonder if you ever hear about it.
I think I've heard it sometimes because I hear her screaming sometimes with it when she's like really struggling to get it out there. She just I can hear
yeah.
from the other room, and it's like every day at like what is it like 8 o'clock in the morning? You just have your little kidney stone and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I used to wake up and I used to, you know, do the morning constitution, and
Yep.
I still do, just in a different way.
Nope. I even had a morning constitution.
But you know, it feels really good to pee.
Does it? That's good. What have you been peeing powder?
What was I talking?
Have you been peeing powder?
What? Peas? We used to have cans of peas as a kid.
Really?
You know.
Oh, I didn't have
Yeah.
access to those. Did you love them?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the only thing that was like really sold back then was peas. So we'd load them up into the back of a truck, and we take them out to the farm. And we just sort of live on peas for a while.
Oh.
And then once we were done with the cans, my mom would give me the empty cans, and she'd be like, take these out to the barn and put them away, for when we go back into town and we can get them refilled with peas.
Whoa.
But I never did that. I'd take them and I'd kick it down the road. I'd play little games with it, like
Yep.
I'd have like goalposts, but they'd be like the cow's legs, so I'd start kicking cans at cows. But yeah, and then my mom just got really mad because like we didn't have any tin anymore and we couldn't get any peas, so she'd have to buy new cans and new peas.
Your neighbors hated you too. I remember you used to be called old Patrick the what was it, the picker or something where you.
They used to call me P. Patrick.
P. Patrick, they really did not like you kicking those cans down there. You were a good
They
kicker.
really
though.
didn't.
You were a really good kicker though. Remember that?
I was a really good kicker, but once the neighborhood kids got a hold of that name, it was sort of all downhill.
All downhill from there.
Kick as many cans as you want. They're pretty ruthless at that age.
And also, isn't that the reason your family like kind of went a lot into the poverty down there? Because you ended up kicking all the cans too much so that your parents couldn't afford to buy any more food.
Well, they had to ship me off, when I was really young. They sent me off into the city
Right.
to manufacture cans, actually. That was my first job, was manufacturing cans.
Oh.
And then,
Really? Well.
I'd grift a little off the top and send it back to my family so they could get peas.
Well.
Along with my weekly paycheck, because, my mom was still pretty mad about the whole can thing. Didn't you have peas when you were a kid, Jerry?
Patrick, it wasn't your weekly paycheck. It was your weekly paycheck.
Yeah. You're right about that one. You should tell that one to your grandkids.
Who?
Your
I don't
grandkids.
have any grandkids.
You got grandkids.
Do
You
I?
just forget about them.
Oh, yeah.
They don't come visit you.
I
Which,
know.
What did you have as a kid or something? You were saying
A lack of food.
there was.
A lack of food. That's what I
You had a lack of food.
Yep. And a lot.
Oh, I do remember that. I met you and you looked like a twig.
Yeah, I still do. Patrick,
Yeah,
when did
yeah.
do you remember when we met? For the life of me, I really can't remember when we met.
Let me see.
Like, cause
What happened when we met?
You tell me about you working at the tin can factory and that bringing up some memories, but I don't understand. Like, why would I know that? Did I work at the tin factory? Was I nearby? I can't. For
No. We met after the tin factory. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Well, I can't remember what I was doing, but we were in a place and there were people around. Was it?
I think it was.
I know, like.
We were working around like a coffee shop. Maybe there's a coffee shop around this.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Like it was like a cafe or something
There
like
was
that.
There was a cafe next to the factory. Oh, I used
right.
that was my first job. I was the floor washer at the cafe because the cafe served a lot of drunks and they would puke and vomit everywhere on the floor. So I had to clean it up.
I remember that. I remember. You know what? That's what it was. I was one of the drunks.
You were?
I got off a shift. I went to the bar that was across the street from the cafe. Do you remember that bar?
I do.
Yeah. Yep. So I went there and I got a bunch of drinks. I can't even remember what they were.
Well, that was prohibition.
I-
It was like the time of prohibition, so it was the real sketchy stuff. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It was the speakeasy downstairs, not the bar.
Oh,
because the
dude.
bar was closed.
Oh, look at you. What? Yeah, and I remember
and I
you
had to
because
go downstairs.
Yep.
There was like a password or something like that.
It was like a yellow light.
Yeah, it was like 11 3/4 or something like that.
Yep.
I can't remember the password.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I came over to the cafe,
Yeah. And then you get really absolutely drunk. But I remember about you, Patrick, and I think the reason I became friends with you, Patrick, is because you puked in the actual buckets for puke. You didn't puke on the ground.
You're right.
You were a good man.
Yeah, use the buckets.
Yep.
Use the buckets on the occasions that I did, Or I'd go outside.
Yep.
That was it. I remember.
Oh.
It was my excuse. I would be like, excuse me, I've got to go out for a smoke.
Yep.
And then I'd go out and I'd smoke and then I'd puke.
That was
And
impressive
I'd go
because
back in and everything would be fine. I'd
walking up
order a
those
pizza.
up those stairs when you needed to puke was difficult. That was a skill.
Oh yeah, getting out of the speakeasy was real hard after a few drinks.
Oh,
you know,
oh,
they made those steps real slippery.
Especially when it was
know.
full of vomit all the way through, and I used to walk up and down it all the time. That's why I had good calves as a kid.
Oh, I do remember that. You were skinny, but your calves were really thick.
Really thick calves.
These things looked like tree trunks.
Absolutely, absolutely. They'll call
Yeah,
me
it was
Jerry
crazy
Cheesetrunk.
that, you know, with all that food, you managed to remain so skinny, but your calves really sort of picked it all up.
Exactly. Well, you had to burn your calories somehow, you know. You had to burn all the beans and the corn you eat, you know.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
When you eat lots of
Corn.
corn is really good for your system and like flushing everything out. Especially when you work at a place
Yeah.
where you just inhale vomit scent all day and you're just, oh, you know. But
Yeah, exactly. Well, I used to work at a corn manufacturing factory.
Really?
That was actually my first job.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
we would take in tin cans and then we'd fill them up with corn.
What?
And then we'd close them back up again
Wow.
and send it back out.
That sounds like a great, right, that sounds like a real job right there. You really learned some good skills from it.
It was backbreaking and I only earned about 2 pennies an hour, but
Nope.
you know, I'd send that and the canned food back to my family.
Yep. Well, and that's kids nowadays getting complaining
Way
about
out in the
making this $7.82 an hour. Man, when we were kids, we made nothing
Yeah.
an hour sometimes. Maybe we made a penny, 2 pennies.
Yeah, sometimes we just worked for free, you know. And the kids, they don't even send food back or
No.
anything to their parents.
Well, they got their
All
whole,
they send is those internet pictures that they call,
Yep.
you know,
The meme.
the pay-pays or...
Pay-pays.
What is it? What did you say?
The dabs, the maymays.
The what? The dads? They're sending dads back to
No.
their family?
I think the kids.
That's a little inconsiderate.
Dabs.
What are you doing, Jerry? You're looking at your hand.
Dab.
What is that?
It's the.
Jerry, I don't think you can do that.
Oh,
We had to fight in Germany.
Oh, Patrick, my back. Oh, Patrick.
Oh, he's back. He's back now.
Patrick.
I knew you shouldn't have been doing that,
Patrick.
Jerry. You know
Sell
about
it.
that. You can't.
Charlotte.
What? You,
Where's John?
just, you know, do a little wiggle. You got it. Undo it. You remember what Charlotte taught you to undo this.
What did she go away? Oh, no, but Margaret. Margaret can help me with this. Margaret. Margaret.
No, Margaret's not here.
Margaret. You remember my
Margaret's
back
not
is
gonna come, Jerry.
I'm gonna go
Jerry, you
find
got-
Margaret.
Oh, how's he walking like that? Oh my gosh. He looks like a right angle. Oh, he's gone now. Jerry, Jerry, you can't. No, Margaret. You hear him yelling for Margaret. Jerry, you can't keep looking for Margaret. She's not there.
I wonder maybe she's out with her.
Jerry,
Maybe she's out with her friend.
unquick your back.
Patrick, have you seen Margaret?
remember-
Patrick, where's Margaret?
Jerry, is your back still fucked up?
Why is my back fucked up? I don't know. I'm looking for Margaret.
Is your back messed up? No, ignore Margaret for a second and think
Margaret.
about your back.
Margaret, did you buy the groceries for the day?
No. Jerry,
Where are the groceries?
Jerry, there's no groceries. You live in the home.
What?
There's no Margaret. You live in the home.
Oh, okay.
Jerry.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Jerry, are you back?
Oh.
Oh, his back's still. Jerry, lay on the floor for a little bit to unpick your back. Oh, you look like a bent triangle. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how it can bend like that. Jerry. Oh, there's. I heard that one. Jerry, he needs to take his pills, otherwise this wouldn't happen to his back, you know.
Well, if I took my pills, then it would be a whole lot worse because then I'd be infected with all those weird chemical stuff, you know.
Well, yes, but then your back wouldn't be like this, so you could at least undo it, you know, without having to lay on the floor, look for Margaret or anything.
Margaret, is she coming? I should wait for Margaret.
No,
All right.
no, Margaret's not coming.
She told me that she was going to
not
come home
coming.
tonight later with some of the groceries. We're going to be making a chicken casserole tonight. Margaret.
That's what I was telling you.
Margaret.
No, there's no Margaret, there's no groceries. Charlotte is going to bring you your tray of mashed potatoes
What?
at like 8 p.m.
Mashed potatoes.
The tray of mashed
No,
potatoes.
you silly. We're making
and corn.
casserole. Casserole.
No, you're eating mashed potatoes
Don't
and
forget
corn.
to turn
You
off
can't
the
even
oven.
cook, Jerry. Jerry,
What?
what are you gonna cook on? There's no stove.
I got a stove in the room over there, you know? I got a stove.
There's no stove.
Yes, there is.
You just pointed it. No, there's no stove. What are you talking about?
I'll go prove it. Oh, I'm gonna go right there and I'm gonna show you that there's a stove. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
okay. Yeah, go look for the stove. His room's identical to mine. It's exactly identical. We live in the home. I sometimes forget that we live in a home, you know? We're just...
Patrick? Patrick, getting into this recording studio is real difficult.
What?
Patrick, why was I out there? I don't know why I left this. Why was I out there?
I don't know. What were you looking
I don't
for?
know. I was for something out there. I didn't find anything.
There was something,
There was a
some
little-
talk about mashed potatoes and corn. Is that what you were looking for?
Oh,
You
man.
know we get that at 8 p.m.
I think I saw that, what was his name? It's a guy, you know that crazy guy that just sits in the corner? I saw him sitting in the corner for a little bit. He gave me a weird side eye.
Oh. Uh-oh, they moved him by your room? That's pretty scary.
I know.
You should lock your doors at night. You
I
don't
don't-
know what he's gonna do.
I know.
I mean, I know he's in a wheelchair, but you never know what his skills are. He could definitely, you know.
Well,
He's speedy.
speedy.
I remember Charlotte trying to chase him.
whew, I've
It
remembered
was
that.
down a hill, so he had the advantage.
Remember, because our place has that long halls. There's just the halls, and he was just
It's the long
Charlotte was-
ramped hallway.
as running. But remember, Charlotte only wears high
Exactly.
heels because we all force her to wear high heels. Because if she doesn't wear high heels, then how do we expect her to help us? You know?
You're
And
right,
She's
you're
just
right, yeah.
booking it in those high
Part
heels.
of the dress code.
Dude, that guy was just going. Oh,
I know. Yeah, it was like those moving walkways they have nowadays.
oh,
You know,
in the
They're like
airport.
the treadmills.
Oh,
It's
man.
like he was going down a treadmill, but he was just, you know, really going for it.
Really doing it.
Charlotte couldn't catch him.
One time when I was in the airport with my grandson, one of those moving treadmills was walking along the side, and it scared the absolute bejesus out of me. I've never seen technology like that. And I ended up going on there, and I ended up falling flat on my face because they move so fast. Have you
Oh.
seen how fast they move? My gosh.
Yes, I've seen. They're crazy. I don't go on them though
No.
because you know they scare me. I don't want to get my shoelaces trapped in the part where it goes in.
I don't want to get all
'Cause,
crushed
you know,
up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get all chewed up. I saw enough of that, in my first couple of factory jobs, so
Yeah.
I think I'm good there.
Oh,
I'm not walking on any conveyor belts or anything.
oh, yeah,
Oh,
flashback.
thank you. My grandson does it, and he goes so fast.
He's so
you know.
scary.
I can't keep up.
I remember that one time we went flying together and you saw one of those conveyor belts and you had a little bit of a flashback then to some of your factory memories. I had to pull you back
What?
into reality. Yeah, it was a bad time. It was bad.
What?
You started screaming.
What happened?
You started screaming about your friend Pete and how Pete got stuck in the conveyor belt and lost both his legs and arms.
Oh, I do remember that. Pete.
Called him
Pete,
Nugget.
that poor boy.
Called him Nugget.
He was, yeah, little Nugget. Nugget just got taken in, and with those things, they grab on and they don't let go. And that was back when the stop button was way upstairs in the foreman's office.
Right.
So you had to go ask the foreman to stop the machine. Somebody went and ran to ask him to stop the machine, but the foreman wasn't there and the office was locked. So
You couldn't do it.
poor Pete, he lived up to his name. He got turned into a nugget, which we all thought was a little funny, but nobody ever ate those nuggets.
No.
We vacuum sealed him and sent him to his parents so they could bury it. But it's real sad that Pete had to go out that way. Nobody should have to be buried as nuggets.
No, in a vacuum sealed bag, nonetheless.
No. It could be like a time capsule though. We might be able to.
That's a good point. Patrick,
Does the,
when I die, can you vacuum seal my body?
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, but we're not turning you into nuggets.
Oh, okay, fine. What are you gonna turn me into then?
We're gonna turn you into ashes. You're getting cremated.
Oh, damn it!
You put it in your will. You remember that?
Did I write my will?
Yeah, that was
When did I do that?
A few years ago. I don't remember how many, like 8 to 15 or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what is
Yeah.
it? I'm not
You
8.
redid your will.
I didn't do my will when I was 8 or 15. I did it recently, I thought.
No, not when you were 8 or 15.
What? What did I do when I was 8 or
That
15?
old man. You were doing nothing when you were 8 or 15. You were like eating corn or something. I don't know.
I was working. Hey, I'll have you know I was working when I was 8 and 15. Don't you dare insult my younger
Oh,
self.
you were working? What was your first job? I don't remember.
My first job involved something to do with, I remember a lot of like it was bad memories of just like mopping up some of this weird garbage on the ground all the time. I got put there because my parents didn't like having me around and they wanted me to understand the woes and the drows of life, so they sent me to this place and I think I had to go
Oh, I
down
do
some
remember
stairs.
that.
There was a scary yellow light and there was a lot of weird creepy people there.
Wasn't there something about like racks and lifting? Was there like a storeroom or something?
Oh my god, yes, there was. There was a lot of lifting. I had to lift a lot of what was it? I had to lift big cans. But back then, this was during the speakeasy time.
Oh,
They didn't
yes.
have any we didn't actually use any cans or like the fancy kegs now. We had to store them in, what would they do? Oh, plastic bombshells left over from the war to hide them.
Wait, you were storing alcohol and bombs?
Yeah, it was brilliant, brilliant. No one would ever check that.
So you were making Molotov cocktails in the basement, is what you were saying?
And then getting absolutely plastered off of them.
Oh, I mean, you gotta try a little bit of the product before you use it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anywho, yeah, I would lift them up, get them real heavy, and I put them up on there, and that's how I got.
Oh, you know what? I think that's where we met, was in that speakeasy right there. There was the cafe across the street, and you used to work in the speakeasy.
Right.
You do all the stocking and stuff, and you were, I think you were a bartender or something.
No, I was.
That's how we met, is I came in after working at the cafe. I remember I was working at the cafe. I was
Right.
like a busboy.
Right. Oh, wait. And you would come in, and you had just made your 2 pennies of the day, and you'd come in and you'd spend your 2 pennies on
Exactly.
alcohol. Oh, I remember.
Exactly, but it was the speakeasy that was across the street, you know.
Right,
You know,
right.
like go down the stairs.
Do you remember
Man,
the-
those stairs got so slippery.
Oh golly! You remember the bench? There was like a bench next to the stairs too, and these two old farts would sit there and talk all the time, and we'd walk by them laughing at them, going,
Oh.
"We'll never make it to that age."
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember. They were the bouncers or something. You had to give them the password to get into the speakeasy.
Right? They were inconspicuous.
Yeah, exactly. Do you remember what the password was to get into the speakeasy?
Oh jeez, that's
Wasn't it like
oh
boy play or
um
Big Honkers Monthly?
was it like newbie? Was it like prohibition sucks?
No.
What was it?
Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It was Finger Scoop Frank.
Finger Scoop Frank! Because it was
that
Frank.
was the password.
It was Frank who was the bouncer. Oh my god.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Frank was the bouncer. Never mind.
Yep.
What was the password? You can't remember.
So it might have been Finger Scoop then. Finger Scoop, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just like that time in Nam when I remember they used to call me Finger Scoops Frank. And I had to go through and all the guys would line up and they would just have their assholes out and they would just pull down the pants and I'd just come up and give them a little scrape with the 3 fingers to get the shit off, you know.
I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up close and personal with a lot of people's assholes, and I never thought I'd be saying that in my life, but I got real good at figuring
know.
out how to clean up those assholes.
Yeah. You're like a gynecologist, but for assholes,
Exactly. You know, there's those commercials for Mr. Clean? Well, I am Mr. Clean with these fingers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You look like him too. You got no hair.
Yep, I haven't had hair since I was born.
You've been bald your whole life. I got a picture of you.
What?
Yeah.
You had a-
You got a little crop, a little,
Oh,
a little dollop on the top.
you'll have to show that to me. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you, whenever our next free time is.
Okay, whenever Charlotte gives us that free time, she traps us in here.
Yeah. Whenever Charlotte brings us out of the room and into the hallway. And hopefully that weirdo isn't in there anymore.
Well, yeah, I hope so. Oh dear. Well, I think I might have to go to my free time then. I might have to go do a workout.
Jerry, why are we sitting in a studio?
What?
Why am I in the studio room? Are we recording something?
I think we were talking about peas or something.
I see the little green bars that go up whenever I talk.
Oh.
My son was telling me about that for, we were doing that thing where we're recording something.
Oh, right. Well, I think we're documenting this for our future children.
Oh, you're right. We're documenting for our grandchildren and our grandchildren's grandchildren, so that way they know who we are.
Exactly.
What? Didn't we have a name or something?
Oh.
It was...
It had to do with our names. It had to do with our names, so there was like a...
It was like a...
Patrick,
Jerry...
Patrick... Was it? Oh, it was this.
What?
It was Jerryatrick.
You're right. It was the Jerryatrick show.
The Jerryatrick show. Thank you for...
Right.
Are we just starting the show?
Are we? I don't know. My son told me there was some numbers somewhere on the computer screen that tell us if we've been recording. Oh, okay. I see the blue bars in the middle of the screen.
Huh.
That they're slowly ticking by.
Yep.
There's a number. What does it say, Jerry? Do you see a number? Oh my God! I see a number.
What?
It's 38.
38.
38.
38. That's the
Oh
year
my
I went to
gosh.
Nam. Oh my God. It was a long time ago.